half that we're going to cast this game. We're going to have sappers, we're going to have altars and bell towers. It's going to be glorious.
That it shall, and we shall prepare as we head in BTG. Yep, banning out the Abathur straight away.
Yeah, straight away, it's one of Abathur's stronger battlegrounds, and especially when a team willingly picks Towers of Doom, right? Which doesn't seem to be a go-to map in China. Then you gotta assume shenanigans, right? You're gonna anticipate shenanigans, and that's exactly what BTG did. That's why they banned the Abathur right at the get-go. And let's see what RPG is going to deploy here.
With Zeratul, first pick again. I get the feeling that we might run into that issue again of RPG find one thing that works and then latch onto it and never let go.
Yes. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's different. Okay, so we are going a little bit unique here.
It's a great Towers of Doom pick, though, the Dahaka, that is.
It is. Very much is.
So you can now basically make sure that Zeratul doesn't have to stick in a soul lane all the time. And instead, he can now go with the rotations, right? He can use his cleave. He can use the surprise elements to maybe scout out something, scout a mercenary camp, and then use the Haka as a follow-up with a global. So I like where this is going already. And the Genji being locked in for Beyond the Game, probably Dancing is going to play that hero. And he had an absolute great day yesterday.
He really did. He had a lovely day yesterday, and we're seeing the Muradin, the Malfurion, being brought in for BTG very quickly here. Malfurion, once again, slipping down the draft a little bit.
Yeah, Malfurion is starting to lose priority, and I'm glad to see that, to be honest. I'm glad that there's more Stukov in China now. I'm glad there was Uther in that last game, you know, and I'm glad it did really well with heroes like Zeratul. And it wouldn't actually surprise me if RPG went for another Uther, quite honestly.
Depends on what else they're going to pick. I mean, Uther with Zeratul is just fantastic anyway, so I wouldn't hate it. But it depends on what else we see. I wouldn't mind them just leaving their support pick till last, honestly, and just react that way. Depending on if they want to hide that, or maybe hide the solo laner, or hide their range damage, really just work out. But BTG should be banning the Junkrat here, I would assume.
Yeah.
Once we get around to their pick.
I wouldn't hate it. It really seemed like Junkrat was doing so much work. Sa seems to have found his comfort zone when he's on the long-range pokings. Junkrat, he had really good accuracy with those grenades as well, especially after level 20. You could see the cannonballs just explode everywhere. Jaina ban, I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Yeah, good hero. Very, very simply good, although Hanzo is still available, so that's weird to me that he somehow slipped through.
I mean, RPG could pick it themselves, right? They're going to be
they could.
The team to pick first, and I definitely wouldn't hate it. Even a Chromie, man, I'm calling it. Towers of Doom Chromie, it's one of her best maps next to Brexit, because the terrain protects her. There's a lot of choke points, not many flanking points for heroes like Genji.
I'm leaning towards Junkrat ban, Hanzo pick, along with a tank, which I'm going to say is
Stitches?
Johanna or ETC.
All right, I'm going crazy here. I'm gonna say either Chromie or Stitches are going to be picked here by RPG. They picked the map.
Both?
They have something prepared.
Why not both?
Why not both?
Okay, so Junkrat is not banned, so I think Junkrat will be picked. Because that's their combo at this point.
True. They didn't ban Medivh this time, though. So Medivh could still be an option for either of the teams, actually, if you think about it.
It's potential. It's there. It's hanging around the area. Question is, are they comfortable running it at the moment? They'd like with Zeratul, Medivh can be very nice because I heard you like mobility. Have a wormhole Zeratul, add some portals in there. He's going to be all over the shop. And of course, Leyline Seal or Leyline Seal Void Prism, not great because you are overlapping a bit, but Leyline Seal into Polybomb could work.
For sure. For sure. Okay, show us the Chromie. Show us the China plays. The little gnome. Li Ming, alright. I'll take it.
Okay. And then their main tank is going to be the Johanna.
Okay, so they deny the double reset combo that Beyond the Game could have maybe gone for. Another big thing about Li Ming here on this map is, of course, her long range and her interrupt potential, you know, dropping the Arcane missiles, the Arcane Orb and Magic missiles, excuse me, to interrupt people from channeling. due to the design of the map, which doesn't have a lot of free space to move, it's also easier for her to hit skill shots in general.
Well, what is their combo? What is the follow-up damage to Void Prison? Is it just Li Ming Burst?
They still have another assassin to be... No, they need a support
They
now.
need support. And no support really fits in with follow-up
Falling Sword
burst.
YOLO?
What could be Falling Sword YOLO? That's an option. I think this will be a Might of the Nera team, because what's their wombo? Is it just Arcane
Could be
Orb?
true.
I think that's a little bit... Eh.
Could be true. Could be true.
Hanzo
And
Blaze, that's really good.
that's really good. Once again, I take a look at the draft of Beyond the Game, and it looks just casual, normal, standard, average to me, you know? Oh, what? Now we know what they want to do. Nano Boost on the Zeratul, on the Li Ming, and just melt people. I'm going to show you.
Now I really think it's going to be Might of the Nera team.
I'm going to show
those
chat
cooldown
your facial
resets
expression.
and just
It's
rewind
glorious.
burst.
No, don't change. You look
mean
so
don't change?
so excited about the Ana.
Yeah, no, I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig the, it's... no, I'm taking that back. I don't dig it at all. Then we get some Muritin Blaze and Muritin Blaze, Hanzo, and Genji. That Ana is going to detonate. Johanna's got so much work to do to keep it alive.
So
If they were going to do this, they should have picked ETC. That's my call. If they were going to do that, there's something to peel for the Ana, and ETC is better than Johanna at that, I think.
whenever RPG takes a game, they're like, all right, folks, time's up. Let's do this. And they pick stuff like Ana because, hey, it would be too nice for RPG to get 3 points. Now, we're of course, exaggerating a little bit. Ana has seen competitive play a little bit. The thing is, it just didn't normally do very well. And I don't know, man. Towers of Doom could be a good map for her, though. She can be safe in the back line. Let's see what she can bring to the table, guys. Tell your friends about it, ladies and gentlemen. Get everyone in here to see an Ana play in HGC China RPG against BTG. Game number 2. Tetra, let's go.
I just have concerns because I'll talk about it in a second. Chicken playing the Li Ming, MJ on the Ana, Sar on Zeratul, C on Johanna, wrong BBG playing on the Dahaka, and they are RPG.
All right, and their opponents now facing the Ana. With a little bit of hard engage from Genji, Blaze, and Muradin, that should be doable, right? Let's see. Beyond the Game, BTG 619 playing said Muradin, LLK on the Hanzo, Druid is playing the Malfurion, dancing on the Genji, and last but not least, 3 on the Blaze. Now, there's another issue I might have with the Ana here, Tetra.
Is it the fact that MJ couldn't hit a point-and-click ability, so you don't have faith in him hitting a skill shot? Also, he's dead. I feel that might be an omen.
MJ, you can't do that. I was not going to mention your weakness as, you know, a player. I was not going to mention you at all. I was actually going to mention someone else. I was going to mention Chicken on... Ooh, nice jukes here, by the way.
Hypermobile? Oh my god. Okay, we're going to forgive MJ here because this just appears to be a general BTG thing.
I wanted to mention, you know, Chicken on the Li Ming being quite mobile, dodging potentially Ana shots, you know, Zeratul, hypermobile, maybe not getting the healing darts because of warping in and out.
Yeah, I mean, I really like what BTG are doing, though. That was a really nice first 2 kills, and that is exactly what you want to do. When you're against a composition like this that's very reliant on something a little bit later, you really want to throw them off their rotations, which means you can get a little bit of a lead heading into the first objective.
All right, already 2 kills in just barely over a minute. Let's hope this was just a fluke here. Let's hope that RPG is going to stabilize. They must have something up their alley, you know, something up their sleeves, because they picked the map. They picked a very exotic composition. C now invading already. He's all by himself, though.
Aggressive move, good orb, C, and Sar
Resets.
picking up the first kill, but down goes C. Sar pushing on further, Li Ming trying to throw more abilities. The cap's already been taken, and down go. There's a reset. You were talking about it. Dancing gets his swift strike, but only just dropping a little bit of extra damage. Sleep dart is missed.
Chicken needs to be careful. He used these aggressive blinks like he had, you know, the damage already on the Dominance and the Calamity, but the build isn't even there yet. MJ, what is going on? Ladies and gentlemen, RPG is falling apart. 6 deaths already.
MJ hit 1 dart. in that retreat. All the rest were missed. A lot of them were due to the fact that Li Ming was teleporting and they're dead, but it was still a little bit unfortunate. Oh, well, still time. Still time. Sleep Dart level 1, level 4. I don't even know the current item build. Still Sleep Dart.
Yeah, the thing is, yeah, it's normally still piercing.
Yeah. Piercing darts overdose.
Yeah, there we go. It's just so confusing. Chicken with a pretty beginner misplay on the Li Ming there as well, playing like he was level 7 already with the aggressive blinks on the point. I mean, sure, he probably tried to cap the mercenary camp, but I'm not sure if that is the duty of a Li Ming. Yeah, let's see what they can do. I mean, it's only 3 minutes into the game. It's Towers of Doom, which has normally the biggest of combat potentials out of all the maps in Heroes of the Storm. Let's see what they can do. Zeratul guarding the Dahaka a little bit, who has a global. Just want to make sure they don't lose out too hard here. Healing darts are connecting. That's already a good sign for MJ.
That's very good. That's very good indeed. He tries to drop a sleep dart, does not land it. Wrong from behind. Surprise. Zeratul and Blaze are also on the way down. Zeratul will arrive first, and he'll be able to move to the backline. As you can see, Dancing is down here a little bit low. Big burst, but Dancing able to dash away, and now Sara is in danger because he does not have Wormhole yet, and he will die because everyone else is body blocking the heals.
That is the problem of Ana, you know? If there's a full HP target standing in front of you, you can't actually hit the target you actually wanted to hit in the first place. Down goes Dahaka, down goes Zeratul, and already it feels like a different RPG, you know? Wrong is not this time on the Zeratul, it is Sa, and I don't want to disrespect Sa by any means. He played a great Junkrat last game, but whenever he goes for those big playmakers like a Zeratul, I feel like he's just coming short a little bit. Because of a mechanics deficit or something along those lines. Whew, this is going to be a long and bumpy road for RPG to drive through.
Yeah, and unfortunately their suspension is shot at this point. As we see BTG putting the pressure onto the bot lane or taking down one tower, they're going to just keep pushing pressure onto that until they can cap it and maybe pressure consistently. I use pressure far too many times in those last few sentences to be able to get some sapper pressure onto the bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, there is still level 10. I think level 10 is going to mark a very significant power spike for RPG's team combo. Of course, when you go Nano Boost, and you can use it on Li Ming, you can even use it on Zeratul if so desired. Tetris said Might of the Netrazine might be a thing to go for here.
I mean, with the build they've gone for, I actually don't think they will anymore. I really think they should, because their wombo sort of doesn't exist. But it can still be a really good zoning tool, even if you're not setting it up for a wombo. It's just a good ability. And also Zeratul, a good hero, as you see the blow up onto the Malfurion.
Yeah, that was a pretty good success there. It's just one kill, and they need to be careful nonetheless. But without a support and level 10 still being, you know, quite a distance away, this should maybe be RPG's moment to stabilize and maybe get some staggered deaths in there. Wrong. Look at those lightning reflexes, dodging the Stormbolt here, but still ends up falling. Dancing is having an absolute heyday.
He's diving deep onto C, takes a lot of damage himself. C dodges the Stormbolt, but doesn't dodge the charge, and will get taken out. Nice counter kills.
4 versus 5, by the way.
Yeah, that was without Druid, as you say. Little bit unfortunate, but there is going to be the channel coming in for BTG, and they take a pretty significant core lead at this point. 8 health, I believe.
Yep, that is exactly true. 28 to 36. Of course, that is not the end of the world, but RPG really needs to get their engine, you know, kicking. Because if they just let it happen time and time again, then I don't think they're going to be able to come back at any given point. Even the boss is taken here. Look at that PvE damage coming from Hanzo as well. We all know how well Hanzo can clear these things. There isn't even an attempt from RPG to really contest this because they realize, hey, no level 10, no boss fight. Let's not make this any worse than it already is.
12 health core lead now. Level 11 to level 9. Sleep Dart used. They decide they can't really get the blow up. As BTG continues to control everything on the map, grabbing yet another mercenary, they could even maybe attempt to invade RPGs here. In the bottom lane, and looks like they might.
Yeah, they have got the dominance, you know. They've got the level 10. They've got all the tools to work with. Tranquility, bunkers, so much protection. Even the Dragon Blade coming in, and I'm loving it. Because if you take a look at the enemy team, RPG, what is there to really stop a Dragon Blade? Not really much. Maybe a Sleeping Dart?
Tongue, isolation, I guess.
Those are all skill shots, and they're hard to hit.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Genji is a mobile man robot thing. His level 10 is hit, though. It is VP. Nano Boost is on the board. Thank God. If it were Eye of Horus, I would have quit. As we see the Storm Bolt. Sapper makes it onto the tower, and everything else pretty standard.
All right. This is basically RPG's moment to shine here. If they don't make something happen right here, right now, 13 is going to be around the corner. It's Blaze. They're going for it. The tongue misses.
The isolation misses. The Dragon Arrow didn't. 3 pulls back and just walks away. The VP grabs one member and the bunker here. And Dancing, it's only delayed, but C still just dies to the Dragon Blade.
Catcher, you're totally right. The blind missed. I was under the impression that it was the tongue, but even worse, it was the isolation. And guess what? Without the silence, Blaze can just use bunker, and he escapes.
Mm-hmm. And the Dragon Arrow for some even more assistance as well. At least they didn't use Nano Boost. Heroic's still available, and at least they didn't lose Chicken because he wasn't even there.
Yeah, all right. Good attempt, but sloppy execution, I think, is what we can say about this play by RPG. They managed to get at least one altar, so they brought their opponents down to 32. But 13, of course, is a pretty big disadvantage. The minions are going to soak up that fort aggro, and I don't think Muradin is going to have to worry about anything here at all.
Muradin's trying to land some Storm Bolts. This lane continues to get pushed in, and this will happen for a very long time until that bell tower goes down. Unfortunately, the siege potential of BTG is pretty low, so this will take quite a while as C eats a Sonic Arrow.
Yeah, the only thing they have is the Shimada Bros. You know, they have a couple of shurikens, they have a little bit of arrow poking, arrow piercing. But Muradin, man, 619, he's having none of it. Gets, you know, put to sleep, so that's already a nice win.
Interesting place to be put to sleep here. Here they come forward. Nano Boost on Li Ming. She's moving in using the Calamity to her advantage. Malfurion will eventually drop here. Eventually drop. Chicken is dead. Zeratul picks up the kill. Muradin and Dancing, though, pick up the counter. Dragging Muradin, though, into that bell tower, which is still up.
They're going to kill him.
So hits. We're seeing such great work by C tanking through this, but he just can't do it alone. Genji comes in and gets another kill with the help of 619. MJ is the next target. He will die too, and this will probably be a full team wipe.
Tetcher, we give so much praise to Wrong. You know, in the previous game, he had an absolutely deadly Zeratul, making play after play. But here on that Dehaka, it just doesn't seem to click, you know. That's the second important isolation he missed, very much to his team's dismay.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know how this happens. But either way, the Nano Boost did some damage. It was something on Li Ming, but they couldn't even kill Malfurion, and when they did, everyone was too low.
Yeah, and Sa almost with a spectacular escape there, by the way, sitting at 10 HP. But Genji just had the Swift Strike available when he needed it, so that's always nice. Li Ming chicken here. By the way, Nano boosted Li Ming. Can they make anything happen?
They're using it for wave clear. They needed to get rid of the sappers, and 619 was bullying C too much. That's just sad to see.
Yeah, I think we can't fault them too much, though, because if those zappers go through, it's going to put them at 7. And if you're single digits on Towers of Doom, that's where the red alert really, that's where the sirens need to howl, right? That's where a boss could sooner or later make a decisive impact. That's where 2 altars, by the way, would be GG. So yeah, I guess it was okay. It's a short cooldown heroic ability, 35 seconds until it's back up again. Big Dragon's Hero.
Down to Zeratul. Sa being able to pull back though. Dehaka's on the way. Surprise Genji. The VP's pretty good. They are probably about to sacrifice the life of Wrong because he's all alone. He's going to borrow, buy himself some time as Sa pulls back. C also needs to leave, but he's in the 3 is in the way. Wrong is taking a very roundabout route to try and buy his team some time. He will go down, but everyone else except C, nice kill Dancing, doesn't actually make it over the wall. Uh-oh, Bell Tower. Okay, there you go, deflect. But yeah, that was a interesting move. The VP was saved a lot more lives than a lot more people would have died if the VP hadn't come down. Johanna, unfortunately, though, getting called out.
All right, 20 seconds. 9 seconds until the bell towers are, until the altars are spawning. We have 5 seconds until Dehaka. He's got the global anyways, and 5 seconds for Johanna. I'm not sure if the shortcut is up yet.
That doesn't matter. It's game. They're
anyway?
not contesting any of them. That's just game over. They didn't contest a single one. And that is GG, ladies and gentlemen. And BTG takes game number 2, and both teams walk away with a single point. But why, though?
Really, RPG? That's what you had on